So we all have heard about this meteoroid coming down over Russia and exploding before it hit the ground on February the 15th, 2013. The video of the Russian television made 24 million hits in 4 days. Some people on YouTube claim to have seen an unknown flying object destroying the meteoroid. I took the original material from Russian TV and enlarged it.
Do that again for all the real slow ones out there.
And looked at it frame by frame. Look what I found.
Here we go again. Look. Here comes this light. Here my nose is. Look at my nose. Here comes the light. It comes in. Tuck, tuck. Step. Boom. Inside. You see even here where it goes inside. I think that's the point where it goes inside. Look. Boom. It catches up and it's much faster. And boom. Here it goes inside. And it comes out in front now. Here it comes. But it goes so quick that they only spoke about the explosion about the meteoroid. The UFO people speak that there was an UFO. Well, I just say that there was something. I don't know what. So I'm asking you, am I paranoid?
Yok yok. Oynama, oynama. Kayboldu. Ama uçak olmasına imkan yok onun.
Uçak değil abi ya. Uçak olsa o havada asılı mı kalacak?
Son zoom'dayım ama artık.
Abi sen hızlı davran o zaman, tak lensi.
Abi yok. Bu bayağı ağır gidiyor.
Abi gitmiyor ki, orada duruyor.
Allah'ım yarabbim. Ya bu tripodla var ya, başım belada benim ya. Abi uçak değil bu.
Değil abi, değil. Uçak değil.
Değil abi, uçak değil bu.
Uçakla alakası yok.
Uçak olsaydı şimdiye kadar çakardı o. Son zoom'dayım arkadaş. Abi metalini gördüm bunu. Yemin ediyorum metalini gördüm.
Yalnız ışığı hafiften söndürdü abi. Hatta küçülttü bayağı.
Ağır ağır gidiyor ha.
Bir iş peşinde.
Aha, yok oldu. Yemin ediyorum yok oldu ya. Vallahi yok oldu lan. Hayret bir olay ya. Havada yağmurlu var.
What was in the skies over Jerusalem? And why did it stop over one of the most treasured sites in Christianity?
We've seen them in Mississippi like this, but never like
if you surf around online today, and it probably will not be long before you come across footage of a UFO in the skies over Jerusalem. Now it is sparking intense debate on the internet. Trace Gallagher following this live from our West Coast Newsroom. So the question is, what was that UFO? What was it doing over Jerusalem? And, you know, is he back?
Yeah, and that is the question, by the way, Megan, because, you know, critics, it's difficult for them to dismiss this because there are so many different angles. We've got 4 different videos, all from various perspectives, showing this light above the Dome on the Rock. In Jerusalem, the Temple Mount, of course, we know, which is a holy site for both Jews and Muslims. You see the shining ball of light, right? It's above there. It's kind of, well, they just froze it and I really can't see it now. But there it is right there. It's at the top of the screen.
Yeah.
It's up there and it hovers, kind of a pulsating orb. And then hold on here because this thing starts going down right toward, you see it there, going down toward the Dome of the Rock and the Temple Mount. And then it stops. And it hovers there for a while and kind of sits there, and then all of a sudden it shoots straight back up into the air.
Whoa.
Now, experts say this would be kind of an indication this is an unmanned. There it is. You saw it right there. It shot straight back up in the air. Yeah. It's kind of hard to see, but it shot up in the air, and the experts think that, you know, it's an unmanned vehicle, they believe. It could be a drone, but they do not know of anything like this in the Israeli army. So they say this is either incredible video or some very well orchestrated hoax. Some have said maybe this is a movie that's putting out this I don't know. What do you put out for your movie? A trailer or some kind of a hoax to try and promote a movie that's yet to be named? We don't know. Could be Jacob's Ladder. Remember Jacob's Ladder?
No, I don't watch scary films. They freak me out.
Well, no, the biblical thing, where Jacob's Ladder, you know, was the Jews and the Christians believe Jacob's Ladder, who he saw it in a dream, leads from the Temple Mount.
I thought that was a thriller that went very scary.
That's what one of the producers said. Yeah. I saw that movie. No, I'm talking about the biblical reference.
All right, because listen, I don't like to be scared. I just can't take it. It's, you know, I don't know what it is, but I don't like anything with torture, and I don't like to be scared. So that video, that doesn't make me feel either of those things, so we're okay. TG, thank you.
We're going to follow up on it. You bet.
What do you guys think? What was that? I mean, it's one thing if it just comes down, but then it goes back up. Kelly at FoxNews.com. By the way, so far, you are not very forgiving of Christina Aguilera. People think if you're going to sing the national anthem, get the words right. Still taking your emails. Well, if everyone in Washington...
See perhaps also. UFO evidence, 24th April 2005. After the first and the second contact. See, if impossible, these videos. Only 22 days passed. And then...
God, there's something purple. It was green. My wife saw it green, and now it's purple. We do not know what it is. Look at the sky over there. I kid you not, right, babe? Yeah. It was green, and it came straight down. We thought it was a meteor. Look, it's purple. Now it's green. It's green and going straight up. Just let this, look, now it's hovering. Don't say nothing, let's just record it. Oh! It's descending at an extremely alarming rate of speed. That is, get my bearings here, this is really startling. And it went out. Oh, it's purple again. That's, man, I'm rattled. It's northwest. Went behind the tree. Look at it. Now it turned green again. I've never seen anything like this in my life. Oh, it's flying. It's now flying right above our fence line, going east, and it stopped and vanished. Now it's purple. Look at this, the sky. I've never seen anything like that here. I was born and raised here. Oh my goodness. I don't want it to be too shaky. There's that planet again up there. That's east.
I think it's a... Are you recording?
Yeah. Now it's directly north of our house. Try to get this uploaded. My goodness, man. What time is it, babe? About 5. It's about 5:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Almost 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And doesn't that seem late for the sun to be setting? It just vanished. And now let's get on that. Where? It vanished. Show me. I don't see it.
This is America. We have founding fathers that wrote a constitution that we haven't lived by in 142 years.
Hello everybody, how y'all doing? Now, Dabu put out something a little while ago called 9/11 UFOs. And you know, there goes one right there, and you see that they split the screen as they made the video. But look, I slowed this down so you could try to see what it is. And the quality, I blew it up some. I did everything I could to get a good clear shot of it and slow it down. As you see, that one, and you're going to see another one come through. I mean, you're going to see it in slow motion. But the quality of the cameras were so bad that this is the best you're going to get. But there's definitely something there. It's either something we don't have we have technology to that we didn't know we had, or they were moving at such a rate of speed that they were creating something. But what blows me away is this one. The one that is on the roof. This one is wild, as you see Dabu's pointing it out. I showed this one a couple of times, and I even blow it up even bigger than what you see now. You see it fly across there. See it? It goes through the clouds right there. And it's so quick. I mean, from dead stop to that quick, so fast. Even in slow motion. I mean, this is super slow, folks. I mean, to slow it down so you can actually catch a glimpse of it. Comes off the roof and takes off, and it uses the cloud for shadows cover. Then it comes out and goes back around and stays in the cloud. The smoke and flies up and disappears. After all this time, I noticed some stuff like this, but I thought some of it was debris, but I never paid attention to it enough to really study the smoke, around the smoke, and the areas. It was a very good catch by Dabu on this, or whoever found it. I think it was Dabu. He's the one that put it out. He's the one I found. As you see, I slowed this down super slow here, super slow, and you seen the object go across the screen real slow. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, I want you to pay close attention to it. I also want you to go to the link in the below section so you can watch Dabu's video, because I'm going to blog it. I'm going to put it on the webpage. I'm going to take special photos of this so you can actually see it in still positions where these photos are or what these objects are, with a circle around them so you can see them for yourself. And you can watch the video. Dabu's video, my video, and you can all check it all out on the webpage, okay? That way I don't have to put so many links in there, and I can advertise all the other stuff that I need to advertise. So as you see it coming around right here, you see it. All right, folks. So with that, from my cold dead hands, abolish corporate government so we can get our freedoms back, and this crazy crap right here will stop. because they're taking all of our freedoms because of it. Much love.
Don't forget to follow Tattoo1009.com on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube, and Dailymotion and StumbleUpon. Please help spread the word by sharing our articles on your favorite social networks. Go to the links in the below section for updates every day. From my cold dead hands, abolish the corporate government.
So here's an emulation of how these strange spirals might have formed. Imagine an orbiting piece of space junk on a discarded stage. It's chucking out some sort of fuel out the back and out the side. This gets it spinning, and as it spins, this turns the ejector into a large spiral viewed from above here and from in front. If you cut to a third-person perspective, you get to see this spiral growing in the sky as this thing moves through the sky. Stuff being left out the back leaves the spiraling blue trace. Stuff throwing out the side leaves the spiraling white trace. And then when it runs out, when it stops, you get this large black disc that appears to grow from the middle outwards. So it looks beautiful, but probably a fairly ordinary explanation.
So it's been a little while since I've made a video. I've been kind of putting this off. I don't know why, but I thought I'd make sure everybody knew about something called tequila sunrise. Now this completely explains what happened on December 9th with the Norway spiral. It completely explains the whole scenario, and a lot of people already had an assumption that it was probably something from the HARP, the AceCat facility that's in Norway, and they don't. I mean, it could have been a missile that launched a payload up into the atmosphere, but people don't really people have a hard time buying that it was just a rocket. So somebody on AboveTopSecret.com found this, and this is actually on the acecat.se website. It's their official website. Now, according to this, on December 9th, 2009, the day of the Norway spiral, scheduled for 7 to 10 o'clock a.m., the exact time of the Norway spiral, they scheduled a test at the AceCat facility, and it's called Tequila Sunrise. It says the transient effects quantification under ionospheric low-angle sunrise. The idea is to look for the polar wintertime mesospheres through the transient caused by the scattered sunrise at about 8 a.m., exactly the time of the Norway spiral. Interestingly, this happens to be the maximum occurrence time of the polar mesosphere when it echoes. So they say that it's the time that the radiation's in the atmosphere and it could light up, and that's what they're trying to test by heating it. But I think that their test had a little more. I don't think it was just a coincidence, because look at these images. Okay, now this is actually from a Navy.mil website, nrl.navy.mil, and explaining what HARP is. Okay, this paper was released in 1999, so they hadn't really been thinking about what all they're talking about. But look at these images here. Notice it's still on the Navy.mil website. Now this is an illustration of what the HARP system looks like when it's in operation. Notice the spiraling right here. And here's actually another image that they have on the website, still Navy.mil, and it's zooming in on the top. That's what it looks like when it's in operation. You can see the spiral effect very vividly. Now, I'm also going to add in this video some Nissim Haramein, a physicist. He's very intelligent, and he has some original ideas about grand unified field theory and all that. But he explains how every wave is actually a spiral. There's no such thing as just normal wave signals, and I'll include some of that video on this.